Hello, my name is Mihaela Batavu, and I am a trainer at EuroEd Foundation, Romania. Today I'm going to share with you some of the most important things on skills assessment during the implementation stage of a mobility. So international mobilities for work experience at a firm represent an excellent tool for vet students to supplement their education. A work placement in a foreign country offers them the chance to gain knowledge applicable to their future careers. The European Union ESCO classification, ESCO standing for European Skills, Competences and Occupations, defines skills as the ability to apply knowledge and to use know-how to complete tasks and solve problems. So skills are described as cognitive, involving the use of logical, intuitive and creative thinking, or practical, involving manual dexterity and the use of methods, materials, tools, and instruments. So skills typically refer to the use of methods or instruments in a particular setting and in a relation to defined tasks. In the following video, we are going to deal with skills assessment in the implementation stage of a mobility. The first skills, the most important category of skills which have to be assessed, are the transversal or soft skills. According to the latest research of relevant economic portals, soft skills will be in high demand for many occupations because these skills are those which enable young people to adapt quickly and easily to fast changes in the world of work. Soft skills are non-job specific and are closely connected with personal attitudes, which are intangible. This makes them more difficult to be quantified and developed. When the concept of transversality is used, it refers to skills and competence that are shared among many occupations. On the other hand, hard and technical skills are strictly job specific, and they are closely connected with knowledge, are easily observed, measured, and trained. They constitute the core occupational requirements of a job. Within the complexity of skills assessment, hard skills are less problematic, since there is a trajectory in their definition and measurement. We want to review some of the most important general or soft transversal skills. The first one is critical and innovative thinking, involving sub-skills such as creativity, problem solving, adaptation to change, decision-making, entrepreneurship, leadership, sense of responsibility, and organizational skills. Critical and creative thinking involves students thinking broadly and deeply using skills, behaviors, and dispositions such as reason, logic, resourcefulness, imagination, and innovation in all learning areas at school, but also in their lives beyond school. In a nutshell, the students' interpersonal skills help them collaborate and work with others, while their intrapersonal skills help them recognize their own strengths and weaknesses. Both are soft skills that contribute greatly to the students' personal growth, the ability to set and achieve their goals, and their overall success in both their personal, but also in their professional lives. Living in a foreign country necessitates adapting to significant changes. And this is a highly significant ability that relates to many others, particularly those of the adaptation kind. Students must adjust to a different cultural environment than that of their own country. They must gain the capacity to accept the customs and the values of the host country, the host nation, and to deal with the uncertainties inherent in a new social environment. Self-assurance and the capacity to adapt to different conditions are among the abilities that young people claim they improve the most throughout their international job experience. Emotional work will be of utmost importance, and all the abilities associated with managing emotions will be required for both change adaptation and collaboration. The emotional domain encompasses abilities that enable an individual to recognize, to express and manage their emotions, as well as to comprehend and empathize with those of others. Not only are these skills essential for controlling one's own emotions and behavior, but also for engaging with and reacting to others in a pro-social manner. And last but not least, we have communication, language, and digital skills, because understanding and being able to express oneself well in writing and in person, whether in a small group or in front of a large audience, is becoming more important for a wider variety of careers. Additionally, digital skills are essential today, since they are the tool required in all work contexts. UNESCO's definition of digital skills represents a range of abilities to use digital devices, communication applications, and networks to access and manage information. And communication, the ability to communicate effectively with superiors, with colleagues and staff, is essential. So during a mobility, we took into consideration two important categories of skills, transversal skills, but also those related to work. So the first ones refer to social and civic competence and adaptation to change. This involves managing insecurity. That means accepting and operating productively in unexpected and unforeseen circumstances. Then, demonstrating intercultural competence, which means understanding and respecting people who are perceived to have different cultural affinities and respond to them effectively and respectfully, accept critical feedback, and follow the code of conduct. That means carrying out workplace activities according to accepted principles of right and wrong, including fairness, transparency, and impartiality in work practices and conduct with other people. The other category refers to work placement, to personal assurance and flexibility. And this involves efficient work. That means achieving objectives using a minimum effort, amount of time, effort, and cost. Persistence, knowing how to overcome setbacks, knowing how to move forward in different situations and in difficult situations, showing resilience. Then self-confidence and collaboration, knowing how to work cooperatively with partners, with colleagues, and how to maintain a professional communication with them. Commitment, that means reliability, setting goals, showing strength, and working towards deadlines, and adaptation to change. Hard and technical skills are easily to be measured because of their structure, because of their nature. Participants must exhibit enough preparation and willingness to learn and use the particular technical skills they will acquire throughout the training at the training center. Of course, there is a variety of areas in which the students must prove these technical skills. For instance, there can be processes, professional tasks like baking an apple pie, or maybe a product or technique like hybrid manicure, or maybe a thematic area like in health and safety at work. Why do we assess skills? Well, because we need the confirmation that the students have met the requirements which were specified at the beginning of the mobility. The assessment must be reliable, and therefore we must use appropriate methods which should be adapted to specific characteristics of the skills we evaluate and which should be applied with responsibility. There are a lot of methods, but the most important we took into consideration are knowledge tests, which means asking questions to the students or requiring or asking them to perform certain activities which demand the use of knowledge and cognitive abilities, and also analyzing the learning outcomes of these actions. The presentation, the students have to perform in front of a committee, in front of their assessors. Evidence and declaration analysis, which means examining previously gathered evidence of a student, so gathering all the evidence of a student's work or mastery of specified learning goals. And then observation in real settings, which means evaluating the candidate's performance in a real or a nearly real situation for the completion of activities outlined in the learning objectives description. We can also ask the student to perform a practical skills test. And we also interview the students, which means an oral exchange of questions and replies. And the interview can be unstructured and organized. And of course, throughout the whole mobility, portfolios and logs, diaries, in which students have to mention each day what they have learned, what they have acquired. So it's a collection of evidence or proof of the students' learning and abilities. So the planning process, the assessment planning process, has 4 stages which are interconnected. So first of all, we plan. There is the planning stage. Then we collect evidence. We make judgment and record decisions and give feedback. The assessment has to be valid. That means we have to answer the question, does the assessment match the learning outcome? It has to be reliable. Will the assessor make the decisions consistently? Will it always generate evidence linked to the learning outcome? And practical. We collect evidence. Is it cost-effective and efficient? Have we got the necessary resources? Can we generate evidence, or can the student generate evidence? Will the assessor be able to make decisions? Does the assessment exclude anyone? And in the end, after we gathered all the information, all the evidence, the students proved that they have acquired the skills, the necessary skills during the mobility, we can use a template like this for skills assessment during the mobility. So besides the information, personal information of the student, student's name, host organization, tutor, training period, and date, we also have to mention the acquired skills, either they are transversal or technical, the assessment criteria according to which we made the assessment, and the assessment criteria had to be specified at the beginning of the mobility, or even when we write the application, the assessment method used, the results of the assessment, and also the person who was responsible for collecting all the evidence and also for assessing the student, the skills that were acquired by the students. Thank you very much.